Welcome back to the City of Palms podcast, episode 60.
This is gonna be a fun one. All right, I'm in the middle of ordering food, so I'm gonna keep doing this.
I think this is gonna be a crazy one because the animals still ain't put up. Like I said, you're in the middle of ordering food, but we're gonna get into it. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm good.
You do your thing over there. What'd you do today, bro? I seen you skating.
Yeah, I skated. I live streamed on Twitch this morning. Did some
Word,
Skater
I
XL.
saw that too.
Played with a group of kids. I had a group of people come into my live stream and just like hop in. I got the mod so I could play multiplayer, jump in a server, played a game of skate on there. That was fun. So I had an activity-filled morning. And then after that, got inspired to go skate. So I skated flat ground and shit. And then now I'm here.
Hell yeah.
Doing what we do, man.
That's what's up.
Skating. Doing shit.
Just a little closer to the mic.
Doing shit.
Yeah, there you go. So how do you like Skater XL?
At first, I thought it was absolute trash, and I just didn't want to learn it. But, I mean, the mods on the computer when you can play with other people helps you want to, like, get, like, over the bullshit that game provides, because
Right.
that shit whack as fuck sometimes. But, yeah, other than that, playing with friends, obviously worth it, bro. It's so fire.
You can play with friends on the computer.
Yeah. There's
What?
like a whole mod menu. You open up a server browser and they have like maps and like people have their servers and like it goes up to 20 people right now. 20 people can be in one server. I mean, it lags sometimes, but people don't even pay attention to each other unless you're like talking in like a private chat. But like other than that, you can just zone out and skate. I got a mod to where I can have AirPods in. I can have a face mask. I can have a blunt in my mouth, bro. It goes, dude. The mods are crazy.
So, wow, are you playing with a controller still plugged in?
Yeah, my PS4 controller.
Word.
Yeah, it works. It's fire. I mean,
Nice, dude.
like I said, it took me a second to get used to the controls. I mean, still, it's fucking hard. Like, what's your back foot? What's your right foot? Which way is the turn? And shit?
Mhm.
What about you? You like it?
I like it. Yeah, it gets a little boring because like it sounds fun playing it online and stuff with your friends, but I don't think you can do that on console yet.
I'm sure it'll come.
So yeah, it will.
It's
But
getting attention on Twitch, bro. I think streamers are getting like verified because it's a new game, and
Oh,
people like to
word.
come in and suggest new tricks and like what lines to do and shit. And, like,
yeah,
So it's getting some attention on Twitch. And I think that's the best way to start live streaming is find it like a new game with a lower audience.
For
and just
sure,
build,
for
like,
sure.
a private community. I mean, I skate too, so I know what tricks I'm doing on the game.
right.
So if someone were to hop in my live stream and tell me to do a line, I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to try it. I might not land it because that shit hard. But yeah, so.
Yeah,
trying
I've
to
been
do
thinking about
something.
getting that game.
yeah. You've been saying that. Yeah, it's a good game. I like it.
Yeah, you should. Well, it's new, I guess. And then when they come out with multiplayer, it's going to be dope.
Yeah, for real.
On a creative note, Danny, you said I saw your channel trailer for your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
And you said you got a video ready to go?
Yeah, that's another reason why I gotta get home early because I gotta finish up editing that and getting it up tonight. So
Can you reveal what the video is about?
it's just a vlog, really. It's kind of boring too. It's not even gonna cap.
Damn.
I mean, I think it is like interesting,
You got to
but
be confident.
no,
That shit lit.
it's a nice video, but as far as what I want to like upload, I'll say like there's nothing special that I did. It's just a vlog where I was kind of like at work,
Hell yeah.
came home, got a little bit of footage when we did our thing, but then I had to plug in a bunch of footage while I was editing too because I was like, this is just not enough. So I was like plugging in footage, but
What are some of your goals with your channel? Like, how's it going to be different than the podcast for you?
well, I want to do like I want to vlog whenever we're doing like like fun things like if we have like days planned out like a skate trip or stuff like that. So vlog like that
Hell
and
yeah.
get that up. And of all things too, really, like I don't know, I'm always up to like something crazy, I feel like. So I just want to like vlog stuff like that. And then also I don't really know I don't know, it's tricky with the whole YouTube thing for me, but I would like to start like doing like, have you ever seen Ross Creations or like he's a prank channel, but like I don't know, the way he does his pranks, they're like they're not like a fake prank channel. It's like where he just actually goes into public and like messes with people. Like he goes around to Walmart and like shoves hot dogs in people's pockets and stuff, and then like runs away. And it's just this little funny things that
Some Florida shit.
Yeah, dude, he's from Sarasota. He
So
lives in
see,
Sarasota, so you already know.
I want to run into him so bad.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
it'd be like
the
watching
man.
his YouTube channel
For real.
in real life though.
So y'all, I guess Moe's is already closed.
Oh, that sucks.
Rip.
Is there anything else that you guys would want? Do you still want Mexican food?
Whatever.
All right, I'll look for some stuff. We can keep talking.
Damn, it's not that late. It's a weekday.
Right, dude. It's only 7:42.
I mean, I guess it's Gulf Coast though. Yeah, down for whatever. But
so YouTube. Yeah. No. Other than that though, I also part of me like because I work on so much stuff. I want to like. I don't know, not to say I like know more than anybody, but when it comes to like fixing things on YouTube, when I need to like fix something on a dirt bike or a car, half the videos you get is like some guy like holding the camera sideways and just like having a beer in one hand, and you can't even see. He'll be like, oh, you got to take off this wrench. Camera points to his neighbor's house and is like, all right. And then like, you know, like not a detailed video. So I'd like to like do that too, like get like some more detailed videos of like just the stuff that I'm doing.
That'd be cool as hell. I need people like you on YouTube.
Thanks.
I'm constantly looking up those how-tos.
Right. Yeah. Some are out there, but yeah, some you just I can't find for certain things that I need, and so I think it'd be cool to have like some videos at least of stuff that I'm doing.
Cool.
Yeah, Ross Creations, he puts it all in one video. Like usually his stuff's like 20 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
But he also has a team behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't start out with a team. If you look at his older videos, I think his one video he got very popular, was when he did a flip over the cop, and that video like was his viral video. And then after that, that's when he like, I think you get one big check and you're like, that's it.
Right.
I'm quitting my job right the fuck now.
Yeah.
I got one big YouTube check.
Yeah, he's big now to the point where he can pull off like funny pranks. Like the most recent one I seen, he called into this like mechanic shop, and he had like this junker car or whatever. I don't really know the story with the car. It was like this older car, and he gets with the manager, and they fill the gas tank with SpaghettiOs.
Oh my god!
And then they have him like push it in, and like they're pulling a prank on the
You gonna do
technician that has to finish.
He's the one that opened all those SpaghettiOs.
I know.
So
I
you're
know,
gonna
he
be
did.
the guy
I
spending
would,
hours
yeah,
doing
for sure. It's so funny too. He's messing with the guy, dude, as he's changing the car. Like Ross is sitting there, and he's like, the guy's like, yeah, dude, you don't have a problem with the fuel pump. You literally, there's food in your gas tank, and he's just like, the guy's like pointing to the tire. He's like, is that a fuel pump? A full pump? That's what he kept calling it, a full pump. Too funny.
I like how he has his friends in the car with him, and he's filming him and his friends driving. Cause I think driving with your friends is probably the most conversational like period of time like you have. Like you're all just chatting like raw minds and shit most of the time, and you're driving to a destination. So I think that's really cool. I think they got a good schedule.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
David Dobrik too. Like if we're talking about YouTube videos, I mean David Dobrik is definitely like
that's too California for me.
Bro, his videos are the best.
Kyle, would you press that button?
He's got YouTube down to a science. Solid 4-minute vlogs. And they're pure like entertainment, but like bro, he like Kyle said, to California, it's to the point where like you could tell this man just has a whole bunch of yes men around him. The whole vlog squad. It's like when he says like, anything, everyone's like like
it's like Nelk.
Laughing.
Nelk, oh my god, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't live that lifestyle, but
the Nelk boys are wild.
Other people can, but not me.
What is Nelk? I've never heard of that.
Holy shit!
It's their YouTube channel, the Nelk boys.
They're savage. They're just savage pranks, but they're so like, just I don't even know.
Bro, the guy Steve will do it. Will do like
shit.
anything. Yeah, they get arrested all the time.
They get arrested. They're into some shit.
Some wild pranks. They're hilarious, dude.
That's California business,
shout
man.
out
You're
Nelk
a
boys.
jock, and you just rip beers and shit, and you got a team to do it. They got a team of like 30 plus though, so I mean it wasn't like that. But they start off like Target pranks, but really savage, like savage shit.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
What have you been up to, Kyle, creatively?
Creatively, I don't know. I was out of a creative flow for a minute, but just lately, just making beats, really. Just trying to get into a groove of that. I've been finishing my beats, so as a producer, that's a good sign, because usually you get stuck into not finishing beats.
I feel that.
But I mean, I live streamed Twitch today of me cooking up beats, and I finished 2 beats live. So, like, completely full Biscuit production. So, if someone might be able to learn off that shit if there was, like, a video to come out of that or some later shit. But other than that, I've been digesting probably way too much YouTube content and stuff. Like, yesterday, I didn't do shit, but just watching YouTube nonstop. Like, Mr. Beast. Who's the Minecraft people, just like digesting it, because that's how you get, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Andy Schrock. Like, him and the whole crew, like, I watch their videos pretty much every single day.
They all have gaming channels too, which is cool.
And it's crazy. They Andy and Brian, neither of them have had gaming channels through all of this, but pretty much all the others have. But they all love video games, and then they have like the podcast about video games and movies. And now they do. Brian and Andy, have you seen it? That Brian and Andy just started a channel called Taco Game Time, and it's actually cool. They just started Minecraft, and neither of them had played Minecraft ever, so it's kind of like refreshing to see them play the game because they don't know how it works, and like I'm used to watching people who are experts at it, and they've been playing Skater XL too.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, can I just chime in and say, does fajita veggies at Chipotle mean, like, does that mean peppers and onions, or do they have mushrooms in there too?
I don't think there's mushrooms. Pretty sure it's just peppers and onions.
Word.
Almost positive.
Cool.
But
yeah, what have you been up to, Deciymber, creatively?
I just finished writing a script for a short film.
What?
And
She's got it here if you want to read it.
yeah, it's only like 15 pages.
Yeah, it's a horror story.
It's probably gonna end up being like a 20-minute film.
What?
It's about a group of friends vacationing in Southwest Florida, and they disturb a spirit that ends up killing them all.
whoa.
Wow. Do you have anyone like directing it? Is that like worked out yet, or are you just?
I've got a pretty solid like main cast and crew so far, and a couple other people I might hit up if I need to, but I'm trying to keep it mostly like people our age involved on set, because I know a lot of people in the film scene that are older than me, but I think it'd be cool if just like a bunch of kids put the movie together.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
Heck
that's
yeah.
pretty much my
That's
main
awesome.
project.
That's
You
awesome.
have your whole cast list like set out?
Yeah, for the most part. There was like one character that we're not positive if they're like the person we're looking into casting is in, but other than that, everyone's pretty much casted.
Whoa.
Should be interesting.
You got to start it out. You got the script finalized and everything, 100%.
Yeah, I just finalized it
You
yesterday.
do any tweaks during, like, well, there might be improv, right? You looking forward to the improv and stuff?
Yeah, I got a couple spots where I'm like, so this is the scenario, this is your character reference, ad-lib where you feel fit. So we'll see how that goes out. It's a lot of dynamic personalities in the cast. So I'd like to see them try to channel these other personalities I've created in the characters.
True. That's
and
powerful.
none with acting experience, so that should be fun.
Hell yeah. You got your order in there, Danny?
Yeah. So yeah, I was kind of ordering that. Did you say, like, when it is filmed, are you gonna direct it? Did you say?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna direct it, and I think Camilo and my friend Jesse will probably be my main two guys for when it comes to the photography and camera aspect of everything.
Word. That's sick.
So we'll see. That's pretty much
Nice.
all I got.
And Kyle, you're good. You're good with that? With that order?
I'm getting there.
Chipotle.
Okay. I'm hoping it gets here like before you have to leave, because some of those places were saying like 50-minute wait of like delivery.
Damn, yeah.
But nah, it'll probably be here before that.
Imagine Chris picks it up. He just sees it. He's like, oh, wow, it's my own address. I'm picking it up.
That would be funny.
That'd be sick.
What have y'all been listening to? What have you been listening to, Danny?
Honestly, I've been listening to a bunch, really. Like, I can't get over. I keep listening to the Pop Smoke album. I don't know if you heard it, but I keep listening to it whenever I'm skating. And yeah, I mean, there's just a bunch, dude. There's a lot coming out. I feel like a lot of artists through quarantine worked on a lot, and I mean, in some states, places, like, some people are still quarantined, but I feel like people artist wise, like people who make songs, they're like working a lot and didn't release a lot. And now I think is the time where we're gonna see them start to like release. And I think locally too, locally people we've had on, or like Austin Martin, dude. We haven't had him on yet, but he's been in talks. Shout out Austin. He just released his album. I think I don't know if it's an album or a mixtape or whatever or something. I don't know, but it's like I think a four song thing. I think it's called 7:28 a.m. and yeah, it's good, dude. It's good.
What about you, Kyle?
I have to fact check that.
What have you been listening to, Kyle?
A lot of my own stuff. So that I don't think that's selfish, but I just like to. Well, I listen to my stuff to like tweak it a lot, like when you bump it in the car and make sure everything sounds good production wise. But other than that, like maybe some like new wave, like drug head music or some shit. People who take Xans or drink lean. Usually that music's different. So you like it, that's more of the experimental like bullshit on the internet. But I mean, it's cool. I think it's dope. And the music videos are usually like lit as fuck. So I'm not trying to do any of those drugs, but there's something creativity there. But other than that, maybe I've been trying to keep in touch with Dominic Fike and then Logic's new album. Been listening here and there. Other than that, I just listened to a lot of Xavier Wolf.
Yeah.
So, and that was 7:28 a.m. My bad to like cut you off, but yeah, it was 7:28 a.m. It's an EP. Just had to fact check that.
But, all right. Danny, what did you think about the Logic album? Because we talked about it in the episode a couple weeks ago about being hyped for it, and you've heard it. What do you think?
The Logic album, me personally, man, I'm gonna say, I mean, it's good for his retiring album. I think it's a good way to put it all, to just set it all out on a pedestal and just walk away from it slowly. But the album itself, it was good. Like I don't know, there's some hit or miss songs on there. Some I didn't like. Wasn't dying for them. I could skip them, but some were definitely good. The one we had talked about, the song "Perfect," that's such a good song. And then the other song you had showed me, "A to Z." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good too.
Hey, yeah.
And there's a lot of other ones on there that are good, but I love the way he raps. Like I love the way he dives into it, and I don't know, just the way Logic flows, you know.
The boom bap style, man. They really
that Casey Parks flow.
Them drums hit.
Yeah. Casey Parks flow.
Don't they kind of sound the same when you're listening to them?
Casey Parks and Logic?
Yeah. Like similar voice. You can't tell me no.
No. Casey Parks has a more like I can't describe it. I can't describe the difference.
No, but we've heard them both. Dude, think about not in a song, but I'm saying in person. You hear Logic in an interview. We've heard Casey in person. Tell me that voice.
No, Casey's voice is a lot lower. Casey's got a much lower
I think he has more rough.
and Logic is more like, man, what's up, man?
Yeah,
well, they look the same. I think they look the
animated.
same.
I think
They look the
Casey's the
same.
less animated of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it would be Casey. Well, I'm not saying he's taking Logic's flow because I don't think he is. But
Danny, do we have much more time to get into? I know we've all been listening to Dom's album that just dropped.
We got some we can touch on it.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
what could possibly go wrong?
Dude, that album, that's the album to talk about. Like that's what I really been listening to. I didn't say it because I knew we were gonna draw into this transition, but that was fire, dude. That album, it's been on repeat, bro. Like when I skate, when I work, when I wake up, when I'm in the shower, when I'm just chilling, I always want to hear the song "Why." I don't know why, but I like I'll be singing it in my head, doing dishes, doing whatever, and I always play it. And like most of the time I play the album, I listen to like the majority of the album all the way through. Like if I just want to hear one song, just the whole entire album plays all the way through.
I'll sometimes skip the intro to come here or whatever just because it's just like 45 seconds anyways.
And it's aggressive sometimes.
No, yeah, it definitely is.
If you're like depending on the mood, I mean it's a fire song. Don't get me wrong, but you know, if you're doing dishes, you don't want screaming in your ear.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. Kyle, have you heard the whole album? Dom's
not the
album?
whole album, but definitely makes like pieces of it. I listened obviously the chicken tender one. That one's so dope.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the title off the top of my head, but definitely heard some really good grooves. Like I think he's doing a really good job with putting a new genre into like I don't know, like alternative and just I don't know, it's fire. Some Florida shit. Like I love it.
For sure. It's kind of cool because it's like from like when I hear it, it's kind of like genre-less. You know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah.
It's
you're so versatile with the voice you have and the talent.
Yeah,
sure.
and some people like we were just looking at some things that critics have said of lots of the songs in the album being like unfinished and stuff like that, and like being short. But it's like he's done like he's already what did you said a good point about like breaking the mold, like learning the rule. What did you say?
Throws the mic at me.
Here, have this one.
What did I say? I mean,
About breaking the rules.
with all forms of art, specifically music, to make good music, make good art, you have to learn the rules, learn how to follow the rules, and then break them. Dom's been doing music forever. You can listen to some of his old stuff and see that he knows how to properly piece together a song. And I feel like having short songs on this album is social commentary on breaking the mold and not following the rules. Like, fuck your cookie cutter Hollywood shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and if you know Dom too, that's definitely what it is.
Florida people are woke.
like,
You know,
yeah.
say
And even
most of them.
and even the title of the album, like she pointed it out to me. It didn't even really occur to me, but like from the interviews and stuff, he's been saying people already have an opinion of him, whether or not they've like heard his music or not. People are already. Would you tap that button again, Kyle? Whether or not they've even heard his music, they already like the industry already has their like consensus on Dom. So he's just doing whatever he wants, making a 1:30 song or whatever, like doing whatever, making a song about chicken tenders, because what could possibly go wrong? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, I mean, I have my opinions on chicken tenders. It's way more than just chicken tenders.
yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of it is social commentary on the way that Hollywood and the industry is. And with chicken tenders, like there was one critic that said it was like the least sexiest song, but it wasn't supposed to be sexy. Like he's talking about having sex and eating chicken tenders because he's still a fucking kid. And like, you know, we put him on this pedestal without even hearing one song from him. The whole industry's already made decisions about him. And at the end of the day, he's 24 years old. We're just a bunch of kids. We don't know what we're doing.
Facts.
I think he's gonna be so successful though.
I do too.
I mean, if he really chooses the healthy mind, but then again, he's a Florida boy, so you never know.
Yeah, and the dude's an artist. Like the album being so short, you know, I was surprised by it only being like 30 minutes long. All the songs like are, you know, a minute or two long. Like very few are over 3 minutes, which is a little strange. But
He's dope.
he's
That's
been
how you
working
do it.
on the album for 3 years. You know, like I feel like he chose to do that stylistically. You know. And if that's why the album listens so well from like front to back, because like it's almost like each track is a little look into Dom's mind, and it only being like a minute and a half, 2 minutes long, it's like maybe that's where his mind's at in LA, you know, because it's very stop and go, very like this minute I'm fucking a like Victoria's Secret model eating chicken tenders. Next I'm like remembering about my ex-girlfriend. Next I'm like, you know, in my feelings about Florida and missing my family and having to put this mask on and everything. And like that's why I feel like the album's a work of art, you know, honestly.
For sure. Yeah. And the Cancel Me video was awesome.
Dude,
too.
beautiful,
Like,
bro.
that was a beautiful piece of art. And yeah, I will say, not to like overlook this album. It's like super great, but it's doing numbers, dude, on iTunes. It's like, dude, it was like number 2 or something like that. Like on like when I just went to recommend it, like browse music on Apple, it was like the number 2. It was like second album. Like you couldn't miss it if you went to browse music on iTunes. So that's dope to see. But it's already been in talks of like in an interview with him on Beats One, how he's working on his next album.
Yep.
And that's the one where like, you know, where we had people on the interview, and it was like this next album from Dom's going to be like sick, but the second album is going to be like, whoa. And so, and that's coming out this year as well. So,
Is it?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I did see that. He said it was coming out this year on an article I read.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the trend with musicians. Once they get signed, that first album is whatever your company label is going to make you do. This is, you know, how they want to sell you fast is whatever's on that first album. Then usually that sophomore album is where you get more of that, okay, this is their personality. This is how they actually want to write their music.
Yeah.
So I'm super hyped for it.
Yeah. Dude, he will be like one of the biggest artists in the world one day, for real. Like he's already obviously working his way up, but like I'm talking like millions and millions. Like he's just like, he'll be untouchable for real. Like he's just so talented. He can, so yeah, he's so versatile. I think that's the word we're using.
His personality, you know, like I was watching an interview of his today, and someone in the comments said like, this guy's just as golden in person as his music is, or something like that, meaning like like his stylistic choices give you a look into his personality, you know, and like watching that Cancel Me video and it just being filmed on like whatever little camera they had with his sister, it just goes to show like he's a sweet kid, you know, and he has lots of different sides to him. If you listen to his music, like he's got that hip hop influence, he can spit like no one else, but like as far as music goes, he's doing what he wants to do right now. And I'm stoked to hear the sophomore album, for real.
Yeah, it's great. It's crazy to hear the back talk, like people saying what they say when it's like, and that's why like he's had like I don't like, not to say that's why he came out and like did all this, but it's like the fact that people even form these opinions where they have about him just because he came out of nowhere. They say like there's been talks about like once he released that EP, like right
him being an industry plant,
right?
And stuff like that.
It's just like, dude, the stuff you hear people say is insane, like insane. Like they're saying, where did this kid come from? Like in the past, you know, like I don't really see too much of it now, but just to see that, it was wild.
Yeah, haters gonna hate for sure.
Yeah,
it is just concerning that, I don't know, just when you blow up that big and being as young as he is, you know, you don't want him to fall into a big depression later on and end up being like the next like Kurt Cobain or like someone who is really influential,
I think it's,
you know.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's like, it might be toxic out there, you know? Like
dude,
we were kind of saying off
it's
air.
fucked,
it's like,
bro.
Yeah.
You get so much attention, like people like use that attention for bad stuff. Like even if you're not even a part of it, you're still like, I don't know, just it's a lot. But
a lot of the songs on this album make commentary to how toxic LA really is.
Yeah.
That song Vampires as a whole.
Yeah, Vampires is a perfect definition
Florida,
of Hollywood. Which kind of gives me hope for Dom, because I feel like that he can acknowledge that right off the bat, and as long as he keeps acknowledging that, he'll stay grounded in his Florida roots.
Definitely.
And we won't lose him.
He'll move back to Florida. It's only a matter of time before he moves back. I guarantee that.
Do you think, because what I'm curious about, and I talked with her about this when we were hyped for his upcoming album, she suspected that there wouldn't be any features on his debut album. She was right. There's no features on the album. Do you think that the next one, though, do you think that'll be the one where he brings into some like the Backhouse Dudes or like XMVIX or like any of these people from down here?
That's what I just said, bro. Yes. That's what our insights have told us. Yes, it's gonna be this next album.
Who do you think? Who you want to make some predictions? Who do you think is gonna have a feature? Well, definitely Slight, 100%.
Well, I'm not gonna go allegedly because we know. I'm not gonna say who we know because I don't want to give out that information.
No. Just like, who do you suspect will be like what we know? Or
I think he's gonna get both his brothers on, Slight and Alex.
Yeah.
Because like Dom and Alex have to do a song together. Have to.
With how family oriented he is in this album, 100%. He's like got to.
Yeah. Matt Black, he'll have Matt on it.
That was my theory.
He might have Nate on it.
And you know, I suspect that's the stylistic choice in ending the album with the song Florida too. Is he's saying like, you know,
That's a good point.
You gotta wonder how long
I'm coming home. Yeah. I'm telling you, he's gonna move back.
I mean, he did say after he was dropped this album, I think it was in the Naples Daily News that he said it, that he was going to take a long vacation, grind, and then come back and tour. And I feel like Dom's long vacation is going to be Florida.
Oh, for sure.
Imagine
100.
recording in the back house or something for like a couple months.
Or just going to accidentally run into him at Whiskey Park and throw up everywhere. But
yeah, we'll get him on once he comes down.
You want to take a break?
We'll get him on the City Pawns. Yeah, we have to. We got to go to break.
Okay.
Enjoy these ads. We'll be back.
All right, enjoy the ads in the meantime. Later. The City of Palms podcast is brought to you by Anchor. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions like, how do I record an episode? How do I get my show onto all the apps people use? How do I make money from the podcast? And the answer to all this is really simple: Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. Me and Danny searched all over the internet for different outlets for distributing and recording, and
for websites that would host our podcast, and a lot of them you have to pay money, or it's really complicated, and especially for someone just starting out. And Anchor really was an answer to all that, because you can record straight on Anchor. It's very user friendly, and it's totally free. We don't have to pay a penny to use this, and so it's great for anyone who's wanting to start out. And so if you're wanting to start your own podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start to join me in the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
Welcome back to the City of Palms podcast. I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but thank you for watching, viewing, and subscribing. We're here every Monday. We got highlight clips going up. If you haven't seen the Enoch interview, it's a great interview. Go tap in. All right, so we're back.
Food's on the way. I'll probably have to get up once food gets here.
Oh, hungry.
I'm starving, bro. You don't watch much No Jumper, do you?
Nah, every once in a while when he's got a good guest. I watched the Royce to 5'9" interview.
So they do a podcast similar to ours, where it's just like, aside from like the No Jumper interviews that he does, it's called what's called the No Jumper Show, and they're on episode, they're like Kyle, they're like right behind us. I think they just did episode 55, 56 or something like that, so they're a little bit behind us on that. But they've been staying consistent with it. They do one every week, just like us, and they go live on it on YouTube and stuff. They got obviously a bigger following. He's got like, No Jumper's got like almost 4 million.
Subscribe, please.
But yeah, subscribe to City of Palms podcast. Also subscribe to
Please.
Danny Lombardo on YouTube. Thanks. Trying to quit my 9 to 5. But anyway, so like, yeah, they just did the No Jumper Show. They just did, mind you, they usually go about the same time we do, about an hour, maybe 2.5 hours. If they're like 2.5 hours is like kind of long for them. But dude, they just did a 4.5 hour podcast, which is like crazy for them, with Academics. You know who DJ Academics is?
Yeah.
He's like, the big guy on Instagram who's always he posts like 18 times a day about like everything little that happens. Be like, Cardi B sneezed. It's like, okay, cool. But he posts about it. Shout out Academics. But yeah, dude, it was like the craziest, dude. I got like anxiety listening to it. Like, it was like the dude Academics was just bashing him for crazy. Like, dude, I'm talking, this man Academics was
Bashing who?
Adam 22 on No Jumper.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, like just getting it, but saying like stuff that just didn't make sense. Like he kept on saying the point for 4.5 hours, bro, and it was crazy. But I just feel bad because of like what was said. And I don't want to like really get into it. But aside from that, 6ix9ine gets in the conversation because, like, mind you, nobody likes 6ix9ine like at all right now, because like, if you know what he's done, he's a rat, and it's like, okay, so how am I gonna put this? 6ix9ine jumps in the call and just starts talking nonsense, and then he backs out, and it was like just so creepy, dude. Listening to 6ix9ine jump on the call, because mind you, a year ago we were sitting on this podcast, you and I, and I'm having a conversation with you saying 6ix9ine, if he ever gets out of prison, will be nobody, working at Borders, maybe like on WITSEC to his full extent,
or dead.
And yeah, and he's still got like a bunch of security, or dead, and he's still got a bunch of security around him. But like, this man's now off probation. This man just did a music video in the streets of New York. And so, like I said, when we were on break, bro, it's 2020. And I'm just asking, are snitches still getting stitches? Cause seriously, like, he's gonna, I don't know. And I heard an interesting point to like kind of counter what I just said, is if are snitches still getting stitches? It's like, this was the only counterpoint, and I can't really back this, but it kind of goes hand in hand. So on the Impulsive podcast, Logan Paul's podcast, they were talking about it, and they were saying that they were like, okay, let me tell you this, you're in New York, you see a rat in the trash, and you're about to throw food in there, you're done with it, you're about to throw your trash in there, like you open up the lid, there's like a rat in there. Are you just going to throw your lid, are you just going to throw the trash in there, close the lid, and walk away, or are you going to like go out of your way to kill that rat? And yeah, that was kind of the analogy that was put, because it's like, knowing it's just a rat, and that's like, if 6ix9ine broke so many codes, and he's just like living this rat life. At the end of the day, he's just this rat, and like, like, aside from what he wants to flex on the gram, you did what you did. You're still scum. Like, nobody's got respect for you at the end of the day except DJ Academics, and it's just like, yeah, that was a good way to put it though.
Yeah,
So
wait until that man runs for president. That's what it sounds like. I don't know. He sounds like I don't know. He's got too much security around him. I don't think anyone could mess with him. I think he closed down a whole. I don't even fucking know the type of celebrity status that is.
Yeah, with the rat analogy, I could see if like someone like me, I just like I don't even pay attention to 6ix9ine because I don't never really liked his music. Don't really have any respect for him at all after that whole situation. So like if I open that lid and I see a 6ix9ine song come out or something, yeah, I'm just gonna be like, all right, just like close the lid, go off. But if it's the people he wronged, you know what I mean? That would be like different when they see the rat down there. They are gonna want to get rid of that rat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And morally, I'm asking myself, like, nobody supports 6ix9ine and how he got, like, I mean, streetwise, like artist wise, like he's doing numbers on Instagram, but it's like, at what point is it just a label behind you or money behind you where you're getting these views? And because like he's doing numbers, like 52 million in like 2 days on a music video, but on his Instagram post, no rapper. It's all like these 12-year-old kids who are like, oh my God, I love 6ix9ine. But all I'm saying is if 6ix9ine can get this respect, stepping out, knowing what he did, Bobby Shmurda, who is about to get out, who has faithfully served time for not snitching, even served more time. So him and his boy, they got caught up in like a similar sentence. Him and his boy could serve the same amount of time. He did longer to serve with his boy, and now they're about to get out. He just had his court date the other day, and it's like if his music was pumping. You remember Bobby Shmurda's song? He had those hype songs, like, you know, and dude, so like he better get like a 1,000 times more respect or praise, especially from like the people that are not respecting 6ix9ine and that are respecting 6ix9ine too. It's like this guy should get the freaking praise. Bobby Shmurda over 6ix9ine musically. Bobby Shmurda all day,
dude. I think all I get from this is that Tekashi 6ix9ine, he's like the Donald Trump of music right now. Instagram,
yeah,
he was
he's
the
biggest
first troll of the internet, and like I said, I can just see him like that victory mentality bullshit. And he's just gonna one day run for president, 2030 or something.
It is like a parallel kind of, because it's
it's
one of those like any publicity is good publicity. Even though a lot of people are talking shit, and he's in hella headlines for negative things, he's in headlines. You know,
like I said, I'm sure he has the security. Like that's why
he definitely does.
Ain't no one gonna hit on him with the security that he's got. But
I don't know though. That's what I'm surprised of.
It's just a shame that people like Biggie and Tupac got popped, but now there's people like that rainbow head ass.
I think he is the mafia now. Like, what's higher than a mafia? Like, that's the only people that would kill him is like mafia or someone who's like really like got the intel.
No,
like that.
dude, I think anyone in the. I mean, granted, dude, he snitched on so many people from the Treyway gang that they're locked up now. So and he's now currently out. But it's like anyone who would have respect from like that type of background from the New York City like gang era, I feel like would pop him.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And even Snoop Dogg had some hard words for the kid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was hilarious. Dude,
that was such a funny video,
that
dude.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
He's like, you rap, bitch.
You messed with the wrong brother.
Yeah, but yeah, and then what did Snoop Dogg do? Although Snoop Dogg did do something. What did he do? Oh, it was right after that. Right after all that thing, he was about to violate. 6ix9ine was about to violate for like posting, going crazy while he's on probation, posting on his Instagram. And then I was just like, you know, it was like, oh, that's what Snoop Dogg did. Like Snoop Dogg trying to get him. You know what I mean? And because Snoop Dogg's smart now. Snoop Dogg is a street guy. Abides by that. Snoop Dogg in the past had faced prison like for murder, you know what I mean, charges of murder. Yeah. And Snoop Dogg's a real one, bro. But it's like now, you know, he's grown up. He knows he can't just go and shoot 6ix9ine. But he's like, all right, bet. I'm gonna call your lawyer and tell him you violating probation. I'm like, okay, that's how the Kings are moving.
This is a weird question, and I don't think there's a proper answer to it. But if you could bring back one deceased hip hop artist, who would it be?
Oh wow. There's only one.
Like with the climate of things.
There's
right
only
now.
one answer. There's two. There's three that if I had a genie that was like, boom, 3 rappers right now, three artists, you can bring them back. There's one that just is so high above everybody, and that's Mac Miller. R.I.P.
I was just thinking that.
Like, so bad. But, just, I don't know, man. Like, I think it's fucked up that he's dead, but
But what makes you say that? Why would you bring back Mac Miller?
I mean,
out of anyone,
culturally, dude, it's like he had the biggest impact. I mean, for me personally, dude, I was listening to Mac in middle school, following high school, graduated, and then it's like all the new music. As I got older, I almost feel like, not to be corny, but I almost feel like I grew up with Mac's music, because it was like middle school, what I was into, high school, what I was into. Once I graduated, like started liking like slower stuff. Guess what he came out with? Slower like jams, and it was, he was great, dude. Like he was great, and too young too. I feel like it's like we were saying about Dom earlier. Like these kids with so much potential. Mac was only 27, so he's a kid himself too. He's not even 30. He wasn't even 30 yet, and he just had potential, dude. Like he had music, TV shows. He was culturally just dope. Like he was just a cool guy. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I say the same, but I'd probably bring back more older, the older gen. The only newer gen, definitely Mac Miller, yeah, but probably Juice WRLD.
Yeah, it's hard to think, like, there's so many people. Like, I don't even know if I could answer it, honestly. I don't even know. Like, me personally, just as, like, far as who I would love to see, because so many of them were so young and had, like, even Mac, like, was so young and he had, like, a whole lifetime of music making and developing ahead of him that, like, it would be really interesting to see the things he would create for, like, the remainder of his life. Mm-hmm. But Tupac too, like Tupac's one of those dudes that, like, seeing everything he did just in his career, he was young too. I don't know how old he was when he died, but like 25, 26, something like that. Wow. I don't really know. But
really? Wow. That's
no, yeah,
crazy.
he was pretty, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong.
He was in movies. He was doing stuff.
Yeah. Man. And either way, like if you look at his catalog and discography, just from his living career, it'd be really interesting to see.
Who?
Tupac.
Tupac, yeah,
like
sure.
just to see how he would develop, you know, as an artist, or I mean any of them too, like Biggie too, like seeing what he would have done with his career,
right?
His
or whatever.
foresights were just like, I don't know,
because you see people like Dre, you know, who are, you know, see where they went as they got older and older, and like what things they did in the industry and whatever, and like people they brought up. You know, Dre is responsible for people like Eminem and whatever, and like how he paved a new path in hip hop. I don't know. I guess Tupac would be my answer. Just my own. Do you have an answer?
You guys stole all my answers. I was gonna say Tupac or Mac, just because I would be curious to see their sort of social commentary on the way life is now compared to the way it was when they both had deceased. Because it's just like three different eras of at least the way life has been in the United States.
Yeah, for sure. That's true.
I did hear, I'm not 100% sure it's confirmed, but I heard that Mac Miller was he had connections from when he was a kid. He had someone that was already in the music industry that brought him in. So I think he was in music for a long time. So, and then, I don't know, when you get to 27 or something, I think you're right. He definitely would have continued to make music, but I don't know.
He had so many different. It'd really be like what Danny said, like through his career of like us listening to him and stuff. He had so many different little like sounds to his music.
Definitely.
It's and like the most recent music that was released, after his death. Like I've seen posts say like, dude, this is almost like Mac speaking to us from the dead or whatever. It's such like a solemn album, and some of the songs on it are just like, damn, just like you just play it when you're like going to sleep, just because you just want to like wind down, you know. Yeah. But then he has the bangers too. He that dude can spit.
Yeah.
He could have been the white Snoop Dogg for sure if he continued to smoke weed like heavily. If he stayed the stoner that he was when he started out, like he probably could have been the next white like Snoop Dogg. Because even that Snoop Dogg interview that they had on GGN, Snoop Dogg and Mac Miller, that was a vibe because Mac Miller just naturally stoned. But yeah, he's dope. But I would bring back any artist, to be honest, that died from, I don't know.
Yeah, my other one was besides Mac, it was X. I think he died way too young, and he had bangers out, and like he could have evolved so much more.
He did have like a really crazy movement at first, but that's just how you have to be.
Yeah, and it's just being that young too. It's like if you're that talented, that young, think about what you will do if you have 10 more years of experience in life on you. Once you already have that. Like, bro, I'll say right now, bro, if I was on like Jake Paul's level of fame, Logan Paul's level of fame, I would have made so many mistakes by now. I would have prayed that like you guys are still here to like support me, because like it's not easy, dude. Once you come into
definitely not
fame.
I would not support you if you became a next Paul, brother. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, mistakes are gonna be made, bro, and like, it happens with anybody, bro. I'm not even rich and I make mistakes, but it's like when you have a big audience and everyone's looking at you and you speak your opinion and then people come at you because they disagree with your opinion, and then, you know, like, or even if you do one thing and it's like it is somewhat wrong, it's like at the end of the day, dude, we're all kids. Like, what Logan Paul's done in the past is not cool. I would never be on that level, but at the end of the day, I listen to him now and I respect him now because he's changed as a person. He can look back and say, yeah, that was fucked up. I fucked up, but it happens, dude. And
no, I don't know. I don't think it was the way, to be honest.
I mean, it definitely wasn't, but he changed, is what I'm saying.
Nah, I mean, you can change. Anyone can change. I think it's just, I don't know. You can't look at yourself like a kid. Like, you keep saying that word. I don't want to, like, I might be young, but I'm not going to consider myself a kid. No, I'm a grown-ass adult.
It's
like,
not,
fuck that.
yeah,
Like,
it's not even that, but what I've learned is, like, from my 22 years is I've growing up, always I've thought, oh, I'm old enough. I'm a man. I've always tried to act like old enough, but now I'm 22. I can take a step back and say, damn, when I was 19 and I thought that, I was a fucking idiot. Mm-hmm. And I know that I'm going to do that now. I'm 22. I got a confident head on my shoulders, but I guarantee you when I'm 25, I'm going to look at 22 kids sitting in this chair right now and say, he's a fucking idiot. He should have known this and this. And when I'm 30, 25, you're learning every year. That's why every day is a blessing, because like every day you learn.
That's the realistic. Yeah, that's the realistic. But
it's like the beautiful and the ugly part of being young and in an opportunity where you have an audience like that. Is like your audience, they get to grow with you and see you make your mistakes and learn from it, but also they can wreck you for those mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The Paul brothers, though. I don't know. I couldn't.
Yeah, that's a whole nother bag of worms that we can just...
That's a YouTube I don't go to. Like, keep it at that.
To each their own. I support Logan Paul if you're watching this. Shout out. Come on the show. Jake Paul, not so much, but to each their own. That's what I'm saying.
No, yeah, Jake Paul fucking up, dude. I haven't seen a lot from Logan Paul recently. Like, you talk pretty highly of him.
Like I'm saying, he's young and he's
still
learning. Man, like I'm not gonna just say fuck that kid forever, but he's young, he's learning.
Nah,
I tried to.
He's making mistakes for
give
sure.
each kid a chance. Yeah, he's out here. It's funny. I listen to the Logan Paul podcast, and Jake will come on as like the little brother who's always like messing up, and he'll come on and try to like say like, okay, I know I messed up, and this is what I'm doing now. But then he'll go deeper down into
yeah.
And it's like Jake. They try to stop him too. They try, and he doesn't. He just keeps on like digging deeper. Yeah, he's a mess, but we're all learning. Everyone's learning. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, dude, how long we been going? Is it about that time?
It's about that time, yeah.
Our food just arrived. This has been a good episode. Thanks for coming, y'all.
Yeah,
does anyone have any other closing statements before we... I mean, R.I.P. I wanted to say while we were talking about deceased rappers, R.I.P. Malik B. from the legendary Roots crew. The Black Thought album was the Streams of Thought Volume 3. I believe was postponed because of that. I don't know if that's the reason, but his album's been postponed. So R.I.P. to him, for sure.
R.I.P. to everybody, right, man. Life's too short to be getting popped too early.
Yeah, so different question. If any living rapper you could have die... No, I'm just kidding.
No, 6ix9ine. All right. All right. This has been this week. This is episode 60.
Where can they find us at, dude?
City of Palms podcast. Anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube. We got full video, highlight clips. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. That's where you can keep up to date with what we got going on behind the scenes. Follow my YouTube, my personal YouTube. I got videos coming out at Danny Lombardo on YouTube. I don't know if you can find it yet. I think I'm like shadow banned because I'm like still in this period where I haven't like uploaded enough videos to really change my URL. Yeah. And there's someone that already has Danny Lombardo. So some old guy will come up before you find me. But links in my Instagram bio, King Lombardo 47.
Hey, where can they find you at, Kyle?
Twitch.tv/produced by Biscuit.
There you go.
Yee. And you, Deciymber, where can they find you at?
Me specifically?
Whatever you do, whatever you want to plug.
You could check out my business at setlifepro.com, or you could check out my personal art stuff on Instagram at doobie_days.
And I was gonna wear that shirt. I'm kind of glad we didn't, because then we'd be matching. But is that through you guys, or what is that through?
Any of the venues.
Those are dope shirts.
All the venues that are involved are selling the shirts. Set Life is one of them selling it.
Hit her up, get you a shirt. I'll say that much.
Dope.
They're good shirts. They're soft.
Yeah.
For sure.
Support your local scene.
Yep.
Yep. All right. This has been episode 60.
I'm hungry.
I'm starving.
Closing out. We're all too hungry. Thank you all for listening. Subscribe to us on YouTube. See you next week.
Hit him with the outro, Sorn.
Sorn.